This is fun. Now, I'm sure nobody in the audience has noticed so far, but there is a guest with our band this evening. Why don't you tell the people who we are honored to have tonight?
We are so honored to have one of my heroes and newest friends, Mr. James Taylor.
That's nice. Thank you, James. Thank you very much. Who do we have joining us on the keys tonight? Who's on the keys tonight?
From the James Taylor's band, we have another dear friend, a little older friend, Mr. Larry Goldings.
Thank you, Larry. Thanks for being here. James, when are we going fishing?
Yeah, good question.
Because we've talked about this. We talked about going fishing here when you were on the show last time. Backstage, you said you were serious about going fishing with me.
I am.
We also said again when we had dinner last October. I don't want to say where, the Obama's house, but we had dinner.
Hey!
And I said, let's go fishing then. You're like, absolutely. And I invited you to go fishing, but you had a 12-month national tour. When are you going off to? Are you off now? Is this?
Got to get my priorities straight, you know. I've got to.
100%.
Yeah.
You did a 12-month tour.
Well, yeah, it started 12 months ago. Not all of that time was on the road, and not all of it was in the U.S. But yeah, we've been on the road for a while now. But we're off. We're finished with that tour. And,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm back at work, so now I can't go fishing. So we'll get them.
We could go dog fishing.
What's dog fishing?
That's when you bait a hook and throw it off the top of a brownstone and, you know, wait for a dog to.
We also have other guests this evening, in case anybody was wondering. Well, thank you for being here, James.
Oh.
We have Patton Oswalt is going to be out here in just a little moment. And Secretary of Energy Jennifer Granholm is going to be out here just in a moment. We're going to figure some stuff out. You know, folks, I spend most of my time right over there gathering for you the day's finest, most important newsletter, cutting it into yolks with a skiving knife, fitting them to a sole with the most topical welt construction, then setting the stays into the heel, and then adding a burnished patina, all on a curved last, to present to you the exquisite bespoke Berluti shoe that is my monologue. But sometimes, just sometimes, folks, I wake up near a tire fire outside of town, break into a minivan, cut up the seat cushions, strap them to my feet using the barbed wire I stole off an abandoned prison fence to make the janky hobo clog of news that is my segment. Meanwhile, that's a cardiac needle right to the heart for America. Meanwhile, in New Mexico, Albuquerque has just erected statues of the two lead characters of the show Breaking Bad. They've also switched the city slogan from change your perspective to try meth. Meanwhile, there was confusion for New Mexico drivers recently when a new road sign for Albuquerque misspelled the city's name, losing the R. Albuquerque? Albuquerque? Still less awkward than when city officials messed up the welcome sign for Virginia. Meanwhile, you could get paid to eat candy as a Canadian company's chief candy officer. You mean I could get paid for that? I've been doing it for free my whole life. What's next? I can get paid to tell jokes all day? What? If a boatload of candy isn't enough, the company is also offering an annual salary of 100,000 Canadian dollars. Wow, that is a lot? Or a little? I don't... What can you buy up there? I don't... Meanwhile, in Mexico, This grandma's dying wish was a giant penis on her grave. I'm going to assume that this is not making it past the CBS censors. And it might be a little blurry for you at home. Let me just summarize it by saying, wham bam, rest in peace, ma'am. Again, James, I promise you, we have a Peabody and everything. Meanwhile, there's an important update on one of my favorite locations, Earth. We've learned that the Earth has set a new record for the shortest day. Things are so bad, even the planet is like, okay, let's wrap this up. This short day happened for the simple reason that the Earth spun faster. On June 29th of this year, the planet completed a full spin in a time that was a little over 1,000th of a second shorter than its standard 24-hour rotation. Scientists aren't sure, but they think it sped up because everyone on Earth tucked their arms in. There you go. Still in back there. Turns out the Earth has been increasing in speed. In 2020, the Earth saw its shortest month that has ever been measured since the 1960s. Okay, I'm not saying I don't trust science, but I was there. None of the months of 2020 were short. I'm pretty sure it's still March. Scientists aren't 100% sure why this is happening, but they say it could be related to a small deviation in the Earth's axis of rotation, known as the Chandler wobble. Chandler wobble often precedes the much more dangerous Rachel haircut. We'll be right back with Patton Oswalt.